Hello, hello. I haven't done a live in my Robin's Glam group for a while doing a get ready with me tutorial. And I didn't put my makeup on this morning because I got distracted, but I'm getting ready to go on a mother-daughter date night tonight, later this afternoon. So I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup, and I thought this was a good time to do it. So the puppy is running loose behind me, and if I have to turn around and yell at her, now you know why. But let's get ready and put some makeup on. So I always start with the veil, the diamond veil. Now, you don't have to wear this, but when I am going out for the evening, I usually like to add it just because it adds a nice blurred effect. I added one pump to my hand, and that little bit is going to do my whole face. And it just fills in the fine lines and wrinkles, and it feels like silk going on. And you're not rubbing it in, you're just rubbing it over your skin. It stays on the top of your skin, and that's why it fills in the fine lines and wrinkles. And once you get it on your face, don't waste an ounce of it. Don't waste a drop. So I'm going to put it on the back of my hands, whatever's left. Just feels so nice. The next step I always do while this is drying is I'm going to add my eye primer, and I'm tapping it pretty hard with the lid on. And what comes out in the sling is one application, and mine is getting kind of low, so I might have to actually tap it again. I'm not sure I got a full application in this, but I'm going to load my brush up, well, pretty heavy, and I'm going to put that whole thing on, and I'm going to load it up heavy again, and I'm going to put it on the other side. Sugar Plum, do not eat that. Get down. I told you, I might have to yell at her. There we go. And then I'm going to load it up again, and I'm going to go underneath and right in the middle up against my nose. And then I'm going to get the very last little bit. Go underneath and up against my nose. Sugar, stop. Sugar. No, drop it. Sorry, hang on a second. Drop it. Thank you. Good, drop it. I'm packing, and so I have things that she wants to eat that she shouldn't be eating. And I have 2 suitcases back behind me. I'm going on 2 different grandma trips, one right after the other. So I'm packing 2 suitcases at the same time. Monday through Wednesday, I'm going through to Wichita. And then I come home and I fly out to Tennessee on Thursday to be grandma with the other group of grandkids. So I'm busy. Okay, so that's the eye primer. Next, we're going to add the eyeliner, and VRAI has 3 options. The gel eyeliner in the pot, and this is currently out of stock. So if you don't already own it, you're not going to be able to do this one for a while. And then we have 2 gel pencils, the espresso brown and the black. And because I'm dressing up tonight, and I'm wearing pretty bright colors, I'm going to go ahead and do black. And this just twists up like a crayon. And see if I can do it in my mirror at the same time. You can see. I'm just going to do a tight line. You see the tight line? Like that. Now, you can stop right there if you want, but I like to do just a little mini wing. So I'm going to just flick it up just a little bit at the corner, just to give me a little flick. And then I'm going to go on the inside, on the bottom lash, just about halfway across, right to about the middle of my pupil is all the farther I'm going to go across on that. I'm going to do the same on this eye. My little flick on the end. There we go. And then I want to make sure my two little flicks are the same size. And it caught right on the corner of my eye on this left eye. I don't know if you can see that. So I had just a little glob there. So I had to smooth that out. Okay, I'm just making sure my little flicks are the same length. And I believe they are. Okay, so there's a little flick there, and a little flick there. And I'm gonna add mascara next. And what I'm really gonna concentrate on today for you guys is a contouring technique that I have been playing around with. And I'm gonna show you, this is the first time I've tried to do a video of it, so I don't know. It might be a complete disaster, we'll see. But I'm gonna add my mascara next. This is the Classic Black mascara. And I blink the mascara on, and I want to just remind you, we're not going to pump this up and down because that introduces air into it. We're going to twist, okay? I am at the bottom of mine. I am ready to start a new one. So we'll see how well I do here with the very bottom of the dregs. I got my new order in. I just haven't opened my new mascara yet. And I'm going to show you how to open the new container of foundation on this video as well. I do the bottom lashes. Not everybody does. Personal preference. And I blink my mascara on just because it's the only way I can do it. But it also gets it into the roots really nicely. So here is a one eye done and one eye not done with mascara, so you can see the difference. Remember, I don't have any foundation on yet. All we've done is the primer and eyes so far. There we go. Puppy got really quiet. Where'd she go? Like a toddler when it gets quiet. Oh, she's not even in here. She might be into something. I may have a lovely mess after this video is done. I should have shut the door and locked her in here, and I forgot. All right, there we go. Now, this is buildable mascara, and I will probably add another coat after I put my foundation on. But right now, I'm going to show you how to open a brand new foundation. So this is the VRAI Absolute. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Absolute foundation. And this is like skincare on your face. It is a powder to cream finish. And when you first get it, it comes with a sticker over the holes so that it just doesn't spill. So you're going to grab the little tab. Can you see the little tab right there? You're going to grab that little tab and pull the sticker off to open it. Just like that. Okay? There we go. Sugar plum. Sugar plum. Sugar plum. Oh, good girl. Good come. I just don't trust you out in the big house. All right. I am going to, oops, my light just went off. I'm going to just tap it upside down. And what comes out in the lid is what I'm going to use. I wear a Cool 2. And so I'm going to just dip my brush in, tap off the excess, and I'm going to be very, very deliberate with where I'm placing it. I'm not doing fast circles like we used to do with the other types of mineral-based foundation because this is a cream finish. And I am doing a full coverage, so I'm pressing pretty hard. I'm filling my brush full. If you wanted a lighter coverage, you wouldn't put so much in your brush and you wouldn't press so hard. So there is a full coverage for you already. And I've used everything up in my lid. You would use less if you wanted a more sheer coverage. Now, if you wanted to do more on your under eye area to brighten it up a little bit, you can use one shade lighter. So this is a cool one, and I'll just show you what I do. Wait a minute, is that my cool one? Nope, that's cool too. Wait a minute, I gotta put my glasses on. I can't see the numbers on the bottom without my glasses on. That's cool too. That is also cool too. Where is my cool one? Well, I'll just show you what I would normally do. So this is the very, very bottom of this one. And so I took the little sifter off, and I'm just gonna dip my finger in and just apply it on the under eye. This is a cool one. My sticker on the bottom has worn off, and I can't hardly see the number. So I'm concentrating on the bone area, and I'm just putting an extra little amount under my eyes there. I'm gonna let that just sit for a few seconds and be a little slow with my foundation brush, or my blending brush, I should say. I'm gonna use the blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend that in. Like so. Okay, now I'm gonna show you some contour fun. This is a new technique, and so I'm using the an eyeshadow brush actually in the contour palette. And I'm going to show you with the white just so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm hoping that I can get it all blended in. Okay, I've never done this with the white before, so I may be just creating a big mess right here, but I want to just try and show you this technique. So I'm going to go from the corner of my mouth to the middle of my ear with a light line. And then I'm going to go from the bottom of my nose to my temple with a light line. And then I'm going to go from the corner of my eye down. And what this does is it creates a grid. And I'm going to just show you on one side real quick so that this video isn't too long. So I'm going to take my bronzer palette now, and the bronzer is going to go right in the middle of these two lines. Do you see those two lines? The bronzer is going to go right in the middle. Okay. The dark color of contour, if you were using contour, and I'm using a different brush, would go on the bottom, right underneath the bronzer, like that. And then your blush, this is the What Like It's Hard palette. Your blush, and I'm gonna use the middle one. Your blush would go right on the top. Stay on the outside edge of this line that you drew. Well, come on. There we go. Now I'm going to blend it in and see what that looks like for you. What did I do with my blending brush? I laid it down. There we go. Let's see how this blends. I used a fairly light hand with it. So there's what that particular contouring technique ends up looking like. And like I said, didn't quite get enough blush on there, I don't think. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Oops, I dropped it. Right at the top. There we go. So there's that. Now I want to show you what I've been doing with my jawline. So I'm going to go back to the contour palette, and I'm going to take the darkest shade, and I'm going to go right underneath my jawline, and I'm doing it pretty heavy. Don't panic. And I'm going to go down at a 90-degree angle right underneath my ear. I'll go back and catch this cheek up later. And then I'm going to take the middle color, and I'm going to do a V underneath right where my double chin would be to create a shadow and go all the way down to my chest. Okay, and that was underneath, okay? Now I'm going to take the bronzer, and I have different brushes for my different palettes, so I'm not getting the colors too messed up. So I'm going to take the darkest bronzer color, and I'm going to go on the jawline. I went under the jawline with the contour. Now I'm going to go on because it's just not quite as dark, and it picks up the light because it has a slight shimmer to it. Okay, now I'm going to blend all that together and show you what that looks like. And for this, I'm blending down and across, just so it doesn't look like harsh lines, and it just looks like a shadow. But it really helps thin your face down. Now, as I'm looking at this, because I added that white line, I can still see a little bit of white. So I'm going to go back in actually with my contour, and I'm going to add just a little bit more underneath here. That white line just really kind of blended that too much. There we go. That gives me a little bit more contour. And I'm going to blend that again. So there is that technique. Now, if you don't want to go to the trouble of drawing all the grid lines, I don't know how long I've taken. I'll just go ahead and do my other cheek. I'll just catch it up for you. So what I normally do is I do the darkest shade of the contour. And then I'm going to do the bronzer. Oops, wrong brush. Darkest shade of the bronzer, right above that. And then the blush. What did I do with my blush? There it is. And again, I used the middle color, and I'm tapping. I'm not scrubbing, I'm tapping right on top. And without the lines, I'm just going in the same places that I did, just without drawing all the lines. And that's the same placement. And then I'm going to take the blending brush and just blend that up. Just like that. So now I'm going to add some lipstick so you can see what a finished face could look like. And then I'll show you one more step. And you notice I didn't do any eyeshadow. I'm not even going to do that today. I'm looking forward to VRAI lipstick, but they don't have it yet. So you could stop right here and call that finished. Or you can go one step or two steps. Actually, I'm going to take you 2 steps further. I'm going to do eyebrows. I'm going to take the blonde eyebrow definer. Now this one, when they go out of stock, they're going to be out for a little while because she's redesigning it, but you can still order everything except the middle shade. They still have the darkest shade and the lightest shade, but the middle one is all sold out. But I'm going to take the lightest one, and I'm just going to define my eyebrows just a little bit with just little short strokes. And then I'm going to stay at the top of my brow line, and I'm just going to fill in my little scar that I got at Young Living Convention when I fell on the sidewalk. The year that VRAI came out, and I spent the entire week covering up a huge black eye. I got real good at covering up a black eye that week. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little spoolie, and I'm going to diffuse that color. So it looks a little more natural. And that just brightened up my eyes even more, you see. And then I'm going to take the bronzer palette again. And I'm going to brush my brush off onto a Kleenex. And I'm going to take the bronzer palette, the very lightest color. And I'm going to add just a little shimmer right here at the temple. And a little shimmer right here at the temple. And on the nose. And right in the center of my chin. And then I'm going to take a eyeshadow brush and use just the lightest color of the bronzer. And I'm just going to go underneath my eyebrow. And that just picks up the light. You could also go straight down. I'll show you that technique. You could just go straight down the center, and that will also pick up light. Just a little line right down the center if you wanted to. Okay. You can also use the bronzer to do a darker color on your eyes if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that on this video, but I did do a video another time and showed you that technique. So let me put my glasses on. So my hair isn't quite done completely, but this will be the finished face. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're having a good day. Bye.